Hello Michael, it's Scott Nielsen here again, and here is my video code review for lab number 6. So I just wanted to begin by showing you my CRUD functionality in the front end. So I'm going to start by creating an actor. I'll call this one, Jeff Nielsen or Jeff Neal. How's that? And we'll create that person. So you can see straight off there that Jeff Neal has appeared, and then we'll try and update his details. We'll change his name to Nielsen. We'll update that. It asks me if I want to do it, and then it tells me how many records were updated, and you can see that Neil has become Nielsen. Now let's see if we can delete him as well. You can see he's gone from the database without me actually even having to refresh the page. So that's all the front end stuff. In terms of the CRUD functionality in the code, might be best to start off by showing you my index page to begin with, which is basically a control view that takes the user to different versions or different views of the page based on what they're trying to do. So if you're trying to create an actor, for example, by hitting that, then it will take you to this page. You'll stay on that page, but it will give you the create actor view of the page. So let's just have a look at some of the methodology behind that. I'm just going to hit this method here, and as you can see, we've moved from index.php to actor controller. So this is basically the class that provides functionality to the different views that I want to display. And you can see that there's different methods associated with different CRUD functionality. So here's the code for creating an actor and committing that create, because it's a two-stage process. Here's the code for updating, and also the code for deleting. So let's take a look at the actor model, because there's also elements of CRUD in there. Here's our actor class that controls all of the CRUD. We've got a constructor, we've got a method to get the first 10 actors from the database, and that includes a connection, creates an array, and so on. And gets the actor's first name, last name, and the auto-incremented ID, ends up putting them into an array, and then closes the database. And you can see that a similar process repeats for these different methods of retrieving just one actor. Here's another method, again part of CRUD, to create an actor. There's the methods, the code to update the actor and to delete. And then over here you'll see that CRUD is also delegated within my PDO file. You'll see in this case I've created some prepared statements to connect to the MySQL database. So the code for all of those is in there, and this is all specific to MySQL. But you'll see if you come over here, you've got the same code, but this version is for SQLite. So I had to change some of the. It's fundamentally the same code as MySQL, but in this case we're connecting to Lite, and you can see that the endpoint has changed. It's no longer MySQL, it's now SQLite, but the bound parameters and the statements are pretty much the same. So I'm just going to pause this before I move on to step 2. Oh, hi again, Michael. This is step 2, implementing the 2 different databases. So at the moment you can see the MySQL data model. But if I want to change that, then I would just go into here, and you can see here we've got it's creating the MySQL data model, but I'm going to change this to SQLite data model, actor data model rather, and when you refresh the web page, all of the data disappears because now it's accessing SQLite from this library instead of the one on line 3.